Hello everyone, this is our second lecture of second chapter descriptive statistics. In last lecture we have seen what is meant by measure of central tendency, its purpose and properties, definition of arithmetic mean and calculation of arithmetic mean for individual observation and for ungrouped frequency distribution. Now we will see calculation of arithmetic mean for group frequency distribution or continuous series. Group frequency distribution means class interval along with its frequency, means this type of data. 0 to 20 is first class interval and its frequency is 500. Similarly, 60 to 80 is another class interval and its frequency is 2000. So, the arithmetic mean for group frequency distribution can be obtained by two methods, either by direct method or step deviation method. First we will see what is meant by direct method. In direct method, the arithmetic mean for group frequency distribution can be calculated by using the formula x bar is equal to summation of fi into mi divided by summation of fi, where summation of fi equals to capital N and mi is midpoint of class. And we know the definition of midpoint is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2, or upper boundary plus lower boundary divided by 2. Let's see the example. Calculate arithmetic mean from the following data. Age group in years and population is given. So we have to calculate arithmetic mean by direct method. The steps for direct method are: first one is obtain midpoint of each class and denote it by mi. So first we will write these two rows into the columns, age group in years and frequency as it is. Then we will compute midpoint. According to the definition of midpoint, midpoint is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. For this class interval 0 to 20, upper limit is 20 and lower limit is 0. So 20 plus 0 is 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So here midpoint is 10. Similarly, suppose we consider the class interval 80 to 100. Here upper limit is 100 and lower limit is 80. So upper limit plus lower limit, 100 plus 80, 180. 180 divided by 2, which is equal to 90. So mid value of 80 to 100 is 90. Then next step is multiply these midpoints by respective frequencies and obtain sum fi into mi. Means we have to multiply each fi with each mi, that is 500 into 10. So next column is fi into mi. 500 into 10 is 5000. 2100 into 30 is 63,000. Similarly, 110 into 400, which is equals to 44,000. Then we will compute sum of these two columns, that is summation of fi and summation of fi mi, because our formula for arithmetic mean is x bar is equal to summation of fi divided by summation of fi. So summation of fi means sum of 500 plus 2100 plus 2200, which is equals to 8800. And summation of fi mi means 5000 plus 63,000 and so on, which is equals to 506000. Then the formula for arithmetic mean x bar for this type of data, means continuous classes, is summation of fi into upon divided by summation of fi mi divided by summation of fi, where fi is equals to capital N. So substitute the value of summation of fi mi. X bar is equal to summation of fi mi is 50 60 00. Just substitute the value of summation of fi mi divided by n. Substitute the value of capital N. Therefore, x bar is equal to 57.5. 5, which is a arithmetic mean. So the arithmetic mean for this type of data is 57.5. Here we calculate arithmetic mean for continuous frequency distribution by using the direct method. Now we can calculate the arithmetic mean for the same example by using step deviation method. The formula for arithmetic mean by using step deviation method is x bar is equal to a plus summation of fi di upon n into h, where a is assumed mean, h is class interval, n is total frequency, di is equal to mi minus a upon h, where mi is middle point or middle class. The steps for calculating arithmetic mean by using step deviation methods are: take an assumed mean a. Means firstly we have to decide what is a. For assumed mean there are two type of data. That is, first one is if number of observations are odd. Means if there are 3, 5 or 7 observation. Then assumed mean is midpoint of middlemost observation. Since in our example we have 6 observation, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That is a even number. So for even number, assumed mean is any one middle point of the two middle numbers. Means here we have 6 observation. So the third and fourth is the middlemost observation. Therefore we can take any observation as assumed mean. Choice is ours. Suppose we take third observation, that is class interval 40 to 60. Its midpoint is 50, that is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. 60 plus 40, which is equals to 100. 100 divided by 2 is 50. So here our assumed mean a is equal to 50. You can try the same example by taking fourth observation as the middlemost observation, that is class interval 60 to 80, and this is your homework. The next step is obtain midpoint mi of each class. So we write these two columns, these two rows into the columns as it is, age group in years and population fi. Then next column is midpoint, that is mi. Midpoint is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Midpoint for this class 60 to 80 is 60 plus 80 is 140, and 140 divided by 2 is 70. So its midpoint is 70. Next step is subtract assumed mean from each of the midpoint, that is mi minus a, and divide the difference by h class interval to obtain di. Because our formula is x bar is equal to a plus summation of fi di divided by n into h. We already find a, which is equals to 50. Then now we will find di. Di is equal to mi minus a upon h. Therefore we compute mi, and we also know the a. Now h. H is the class interval, and the definition of class interval is upper limit minus lower limit. So 40 minus 20 is 20, or 80 minus 60 is 20, or 120 minus 100 is 20. So h means class interval is 20. Now we will compute di. Di is equal to mi minus a upon h. So mi is fixed, sorry, a is fixed, that is 50. So di is equal to mi minus 50 divided by 20. 20 is h, which is also fixed. So for first observation di is mi. Mi is midpoint of this first observation, that is 10. 10 minus 50. 10 minus 50 is minus 40. Minus 40 divided by 20, which is equals to minus 2. For next observation, di is equal to mi minus 50 upon 20. So mi is 30. 30 minus 50 is minus 20. Minus 20 divided by 20, which is equals to minus 1. Next, mi is 50. 50 minus 50 is 0. 0 divided by 20 is 0. Next, mi is 70. 70 minus 50, which is equals to 20. 20 divided by 20, 1. Next, mi is 90. 90 minus 50 is 40. 40 divided by 20, 2. Next is 110 minus 50 divided by 20, which is equals to 3. Next step is multiply the respective frequency by the deviation di and obtain total summation of fi di. Means we have to obtain this term, summation of fi into di. So next column is fi into di. Fi means frequency, that is population, and di means this column. So multiply column number 2 and column number 4. 500 into minus 2 is minus 1000. 2100 into minus 1 minus 2100. 2200 into 0, 0. Similarly, 400 into 3 is 1200. Next step is apply formula x bar is equal to a plus summation of fi di upon n into h. Since we already know all these terms, so summation of fi di means sum of this column, that is minus 1000 plus minus 2100 plus 0 and so on, which is equals to 3300, and summation of fi means sum of this column, which is equals to 8800. So the formula is x bar is equal to a plus summation of fi di upon n into h. Here a means assume mean, which is equals to 50. H is class width, which is equals to 20. N sum of frequency, which is equals to 8800. Summation of fi di, this column, sum of this column, which is equals to 3300. So just substitute this value in this formula. So x bar is equal to a means 50 plus summation of fi di is 3300 divided by n. N is 8800 into h, which is equals to 20, and just compute x bar. After the computation, x bar is equal to 57.5. So the arithmetic mean by using step deviation method is 57.5, and we already saw the arithmetic mean by using direct method, which is equal to 57.5. Means the arithmetic mean for group frequency distribution or for continuous type of data can be computed by any method, either by direct method or step deviation method. Choice is ours. Next topic is properties of arithmetic mean. First property is sum of observation is equal to the product of arithmetic mean and number of observations, that is summation of xi is equal to n into x bar. Proof is not in the syllabus. Here I will explain just for understanding the concept. Suppose n be the number of observation. We know the definition of arithmetic mean is x bar is equal to summation of xi divided by n. If we shift this n to the LHS, then it will be the multiplier to the x bar. Then n into x bar is equal to summation of xi. That is sum of observation is equal to means sum of xi. Sum of observation is equal to the product of arithmetic mean means x bar. Product means into x bar into number of observation, that is n, which is proved. Means sum of observation is equal to the product of arithmetic mean and number of observation. Second property is algebraic sum of deviations of observations from their arithmetic mean is 0. That is summation of xi minus x bar equals to 0. First we will see what is meant by deviation. Deviation means if xi is the ith observation and a is any constant, then the difference xi minus a is called as deviation of xi from a. Therefore, xi minus x bar is a deviation of xi from x bar. Then prove. Let x1 minus x1 bar, x2 minus x2 bar up to xn minus xn bar are the deviation. The algebraic sum of deviation means summation of xi minus x bar, which is equal to, just multiply this summation sign into the bracket. So first term is summation into xi, that is summation of xi, minus sign as it is. Then summation into x bar, that is summation of x bar, which is equal to summation of xi as it is. And we know that summation of x bar is equal to n into x bar, because sum is from 1 to n. And from property 1 we know that summation of xi is equal to n into x bar. Just substitute the value of summation of xi is equal to n into x bar. So n into x bar minus n into x bar, which is equals to 0. That is summation of xi minus x bar is equal to 0. That is the algebraic sum of deviations of observation from their arithmetic mean is always 0. Next property is effect of change of origin and scale. Arithmetic mean is affected by both change of origin as well as scale. Means here we have to prove if ui is equal to xi minus a upon h, then u bar is equal to x bar minus a upon h, a and h being constant. First we will see what is meant by effect of change and effect of scale. If we add or subtract a constant from each observation, then we say that the origin is changed. Means here a is constant which is subtracted, so it is a change of origin. Similarly, if each observation is multiplied or divided by some constant, then we say that scale is changed. Here h is divided, so here change of scale. Let us see the proof. We know definition of arithmetic mean x bar is equal to sum of observation divided by n, that is x bar is equal to summation of xi divided by n. Similarly, u bar is equal to summation of ui upon n. The same term can be written as 1 by n summation of ui, and the value of ui is given xi minus a upon h. Just substitute the value of ui, that is 1 by n as it is, and the value of ui is xi minus a upon h. In next step we will multiply this summation sign inside the bracket. Since h is constant, it is out of bracket. So 1 upon nh is equal to summation of xi minus summation of a, which is equals to 1 upon nh summation of xi as it is minus n into a, since sum of constant number and summation is from 1 to n. So we will write here n into a. Next step is 1 upon h. Divide the term in the bracket by n. 1 upon h summation of xi upon n minus na into n. 1 upon h as it is. We know the definition of arithmetic mean x bar is equal to summation of xi upon n. So summation of xi upon n is x bar, and this n gets cancelled. So the remaining term is a, which is equal to u bar is equal to x bar minus a upon n. Hence the proof. Similarly, we get if yi is equal to cxi plus d, then y bar is equal to cx bar plus d, and this is your homework. The last and most important property is arithmetic mean for combined groups. If we have the arithmetic means and number of atoms of two or more related groups in which atoms are expressed in the same units, then we compute combined mean of the groups by applying the formula xc bar is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 into x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2, where n1 is number of atoms or observation in the first group, n2 is number of observation in the second group, x1 bar is arithmetic mean of first group, x2 bar is arithmetic mean of second group, and xc bar is arithmetic mean of combined group. For example, find the means for the entire group of workers for the following data. Here two groups are given, group 1 and group 2, and mean wages for group 1 is 75 and group 2 is 60. Number of worker for group 1 is 1000 and for group 2 is 1500. So first we will write given. So here n1 means number of workers. Since two groups are given, we have to compute the mean, means we have to apply the formula of combined arithmetic mean, that is xc bar is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. For this, first we will write given n1, n2, x1 bar and x2 bar. So here n1 is equal to number of observation from the first group, that is number of workers from the first group, that is 1000. So n1 is equals to 1000. n2 is equal to number of workers from second group, which is equals to 1500. x1 bar means mean wages. Wage of first group is 75. So x1 bar is 75. Similarly, x2 bar is 60. The formula of combined arithmetic mean is xc bar is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 into x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. Therefore, just substitute the value of n1, n2, x1 bar and x2 bar. That is 1000 into 75 plus 1500 into 60 divided by 1000 plus 1500. Therefore, xc bar is equal to 1000 into 75 is 75,000. Similarly, 1500 into 60 is 90,000. Divided by 1000 plus 1500, 2500. Therefore, xc bar is equal to 66, means the combined arithmetic mean for the two group is 66. The formula for combined mean can be generalized for k groups if n1, n2 up to nk are the sizes of k groups with respect to means x1 bar, x2 bar up to xk bar, then the combined mean of all the k groups together is given by, means you have k observation, that is n1, n2 up to nk, and their arithmetic means are x1, x2 up to x1 bar, x2 bar up to xk bar. Then the combined arithmetic mean for these k groups is denoted by xc bar, c for combined arithmetic mean. So xc bar is equal to n1 into x1 bar, means multiply each number of observation to the arithmetic mean, plus n2 x2 bar up to nk xk bar divided by n1 plus n2 plus up to nk. In this lecture, we have seen properties of arithmetic mean and calculation of arithmetic mean for group frequency distribution or continuous type of data. Thank you.